Welcome back to StereoScope Rewind, the podcast where we talk TV, movies, and if this was my homework when I was in school, I would have been valedictorian. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Amy.
Right? If this was my homework, I would have straight A's. All the A's.
You just watch content. It's like the 2025 version of reading comprehension.
Yeah, there
like
you go.
A book report.
Sure.
But a show report.
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. I'd tell you all about it. Sit down with the teacher, like take tests. In this episode of The Bear, what did Carmy do about this problem? A, and I'd be like, correct.
There are a lot of cuss words.
Correct. The baby's freaking adorable. Correct.
Oh, she is very cute.
Sophie. Well, but how we doing, Amy? Anything changed from yesterday?
No.
Yeah, me too. It's been a wonderful weekend.
Got coffee this morning and hanging out.
We're back to our Sunday Fun Day recording. Sunday Fun Day.
I did wait. I did not watch episode 6 last night. I watched it this morning.
Me too. Wow.
Okay.
We both showed some serious restraint.
I was like, I don't think I can watch this thing and go to sleep after. So
yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah.
I waited.
Yeah, so I did too. And so let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
The Bear, season 4, episode 6, titled Sophie. Sophie gets a little love in the title of the episode, Sophie. Let's go. Why don't you start first? How was your overall feeling?
I felt happy and I felt sad. And, but I think this episode was just like a good reminder of what really matters in your life, which is your relationships, your friends, your family, your connections with people. Like, I just felt like it was a big kind of connection type episode. I don't know how to phrase it correctly, but you know what I mean? Like,
I totally agree with you. Yeah, 100%. It's like I said, like I always love saying hug your people, and it was just like that was one of those episodes where there were two moments in that episode which I loved, which was like one, she were talking, and of course he was okay, and then when Tina and Marcus were putting away the dishes. And Marcus tells Tina, like, oh, her dad had a heart attack. And Tina's like, yep. And then she goes, the clock has started. And there really is, I know this phenomenon, because there really is this thing about, like, your parents are indestructible until they're not. And then once you get to that point where you're like, oh, crap. Like, I'm getting older, everyone's getting older. There's this moment where, like, oh, geez, so the clock does start. And that was just... Like I said, someone on the staff definitely has lost a parent because they all the steps they've been doing are like real. Like I was like, oh man, because it's totally true. Because like once that moment comes, and I've heard that from other friends too, where like growing up, like you'll have friends be like, oh my mom's in the hospital, I got to go back, and it's like I was like, this is the first time. They're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh boy, okay, because then it's just like, and I want all moms and dads to live forever, but
I know I was thinking about you during this episode. I was thinking about how accurate, because obviously I haven't lost my parents, thank God, but
thank God.
Yeah, but I know you have, so unfortunately you know how accurate this is or not.
Oh, yeah.
In conclusion, you also felt happy and sad.
Yes.
I'm using very big words today.
Yes, I was happy and sad, and I really enjoyed it, as always, because I like how they just don't waste minutes on the Bear.
No.
So every minute something's happening. Every minute someone's doing something.
Every
You're learning
second
something.
Counts.
Oh, Amy.
They're doing it with the show.
Not just a hat holder right there, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Ding, ding, ding. Every second counts. It really does. Every second does count.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I enjoyed it. I always hate it when it ends. And
I wish they were hour episodes.
Don't worry. Next week.
Is it?
The wedding is 1 hour and 9 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Is that our last episode?
No, there's 2 more.
Okay.
2 more.
I would be really sad.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So yeah, overall, I really liked it, and a little bridgy episode, little bridgy. Okay, surprise moment, shout out, anything for you?
I went first last time, so I want to hear your
okay, fine.
Screen shout outs, please, Jeffrey.
Oh, you got it. I'll go this time. Let's see here. Of course, I'm sure both of us love the scene with Sydney, so we can talk about that together in a minute. So I'll go to my other things. Once again, sandwich strategy meeting.
Every
Like,
time.
secret sandwich strategy meeting. Not only is it secret, I mean, not only is it a sandwich meeting, it's a secret.
So we found out that
We found out we found out that Ibrahim is kind of he's doing it. He's bringing it with his heart. He's doing good things, but no one really knows what's going on over there at the old sandwich window. And so that scene, I just put that scene also in favorite quotes. I just put sandwich window secret meeting. Like, I don't have any quotes from it. I watched that scene 4 times. I just kept watching it over.
I said the sandwich guy scene, they're so brilliant.
Yes.
So we agree on that.
We agree. Like, I was like, sandwich meeting, sandwich meeting, sandwich secret meeting. Secret strategy sandwich meeting.
So funny.
Yeah.
The banter is just so genuine and funny and just like, I love it.
Well, I was watching some videos on YouTube this morning about the real beef in Chicago. And remember the guy in the scene where he's like, swing on him, take a shot at him. He was kind of to the left of the scene.
Is he the AA guy?
No, he's not the guy with a hat on. He's the guy.
The other guy.
The other guy,
okay,
not the
okay,
hat
yes.
guy.
Okay, I got him.
He's the real owner of the beef.
Is he?
He's the one that actually he's the real owner of the beef.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they put him in the show.
No, like, here, just act like yourself.
Yeah, just act like yourself. I'm sure he doesn't act at all. I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure the other guy that wears the hat, the beef hat, that's all like worn out and dirty, that guy's probably working at the beef too. I have a weird feeling both of those guys work at the beef. I have to look it up, but I have a weird feeling they both work at the beef.
Did you see or did you hear?
Yes.
Your boy Chucky.
I know. Chucky is kicking ass, taking names.
Followed him to someone's house.
To a guy's house, a friend's house.
Like, he owes me money. He owes everybody money.
He owes everybody money. Then Chucky, they follow him to the house, and then they're like, I opened it up, it was all soggy, sandwiches are ruined. So now we're like strategizing, but Chucky is still alive, making deliveries.
Alive and well, making deliveries.
Yay,
Go Chucky.
Go Chucky, my boy. I was like, there's my boy. I wanted to see him, but that's more money. They're not going to.
He was mentioned.
Yeah, I know, right? Chucky's still alive. I was wondering where he was, so thank you for that. Let's see. I have so many. Let's see. Oh, when Maddie and Neil were, when Maddie Madsen or Neil was trying to sniff the baby.
That's in mine too.
Yeah, trying to sniff the baby, and
he's just like looking around,
he's like looking around, and he's like, "Am I really gonna hold the baby?" She's like, "When did you watch? When's the last time you washed your hands?" A couple days ago. Maddie Madsen, wash your hands.
And Ted was like, "What?
What? Neil, wash your hands."
Oh, they're so funny.
Because I mean, Maddie Madsen kicked butt in this episode because he had the earlier. Well, maybe you'll talk about it, but and then the earlier scene he was hiding, and she's like, "Hey, sweetie, why are you hiding over there? What's going on?"
He's like, "You're my super special boy.
You're gonna be mad at me." No, I'm never gonna be mad at you.
Well, we find out that Francie is a Fack.
Yes.
Because they've just been saying Francie up until this point. I didn't know she was a Fack, or maybe I missed that. But it's their sister, I'm assuming. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's Maddie's sister, right?
Well, I think Ted, they're the Facks. So Ted and Neil.
Ted and Francie are brother and sister, I think.
Nancy, Francie, and Neil, I think they're all related. They're all Facks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they're brothers or cousins, but they're those two. Yes.
Yeah, they're coming from the same family tree.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, because he called him Neil Jeff later in the episode, and the
cousin
Richie called him Neil. They called Maddie Madsen Neil Jeff, and I was like, "Where's Jeff comes from?"
I don't know.
Maybe it's Chef. I don't know. Maybe it's the chef.
Maybe the way Tina says it.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah. So and then of course, Tina, get your time down. So she's
almost there.
She's almost there.
28 seconds.
Yep. And then that's kind of what I have right now. What about you?
I love that when they were all arguing about Francie in the kitchen, and then Luca is just holding the baby, and the baby's just looking around at everybody. Like, this is what you're bringing this child into, is this big, loud family. So I just thought it was hilarious that they were all kind of in a semicircle yelling at each other, and the baby's just like, yeah, okay.
There's a lot of voices in here.
Yeah. And then I like the sandwich guy scene like you did. A lot of this. Okay. We're skipping over Sydney right now. So I liked the scene where Carmy calls Sydney and they're talking and she's just like, I appreciate you.
Yes.
And I think especially in times like that, you realize like, yes, the bright and new shiny thing is great, but does it have this much heart and soul and care for me? You know, and she probably wouldn't get that there. So
No. Well, that scene actually ended a little gut punchy too, because Shapiro called Carmy.
yeah, we'll get to that.
So what is he gonna? I know. Anyways, continue.
I also put the Facks sneaking in to see Sophie.
Yes.
Just that whole scene when Sugar
Yes.
comes in and they're yelling at each other.
What are you guys doing? What are you doing in here?
And then I also love the scene where Carmy's holding Sophie for the first time. And it just brought me back to the first time I held, you know, do you remember when you first held your niece? Like
100%. When I used to hang out with Madison as a baby, it was crazy. But I was like, you're part of the team now. Welcome to the team.
I know. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like my sister made this little human. And I was obsessed with Hudson when he was born. Oh my goodness. I'm still obsessed with him and all my nieces and nephews. But just that first one, you're just like, wow, like the person that I grew up with, we were children together, adolescents together, in our 20s together, now has made a human. Like it's wild. But I just thought it was really sweet, and I liked that scene.
Yeah,
so those are mine.
The other sneaky one is I paused on the Food and Wine guy. I think that guy's from Food and Wine.
Do you think it's Mr. Clark?
I think it's Mr. Clark.
Could you see his face?
Yes, you could see his face enough to where like I think it's maybe him.
Did he look like a nice middle-aged white man?
Yes.
Okay.
I think most reviewers might, so I don't know if we're really like narrowing it down. But it looked a lot like him. And they said he'd been there a couple times.
Okay.
And so if I was the writers on the show, I don't think I would go straight to a star because they can't yet. They're not grooving. They're not.
They need a review.
But a nice, fun review from Food and Wine, because the local paper is not coming back. They're not coming back. They got too many restaurants. The Tribune there in Chicago is not coming back, at least for a year or two.
Let's go, Mr. Clark.
Mr. Clark. So we'll have to see.
Okay.
So that was another thing I saw where I was like, oh, boy.
Let's go.
All right. So we skipped over it in our big scene. And, of course, Sydney. With her, I think her finally just completely bubbling over from all the pressure. She didn't talk about the other restaurant, but definitely just she bubbled over.
Mm-hmm.
And who was there to save the day? Amy?
Claire Bear.
Claire Bear! Yes. It was just a great scene. What did you think?
I just thought it was so sweet of Claire to come and comfort her, right? They know each other, but the acting that she did in that scene, the crying was so believable. I wasn't, sometimes when I watch stuff, I'm like, oh, that's a really good acting scene. But I was in it. She was just so hysterical and talking about her dad and how busy, all kind of the things we talked about last episode, right?
Yeah.
You and I. And it's just your parents, like I feel that way about my parents and I'm really close with my dad. So that got me. But just, I could call my dad right now and say, I'm in trouble, come and help me. And he would be there.
Right.
And you get busy and then, something happens and you just feel so awful about it. I just thought it was a phenomenal scene. I think she did. Didn't you just want to hug her?
Yes.
I was like, Claire, hug her.
Yeah, the hug tour continues between wanting to hug Tina, wanting to hug Ibrahim, and then wanting to hug Sydney. Yes. 100%.
Yeah. But just an honest conversation and she made her giggle a little bit at the end of it, which is nice. And then that whole scene with her dad when she's just like, I love you. And she's just like hugging her dad. Ugh.
Yeah. And I loved when Claire Bear was talking about how like, she doesn't like Sydney kept saying, I don't want him to worry. I don't want him to worry. I don't want him to worry. And Claire was saying, like, after working here as long as I have, the worrying is what we all need and want, because then we have actually someone to worry about and someone's thinking about us. If someone's worrying about you, they're thinking about you and vice versa. And I thought that was an interesting, cute way to look at it, where it was like I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So true.
Yeah, because if you're not worrying about anything or anybody, it's like you can. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but
what's the point?
What's the point? It's nice when you know that someone's keeping an eye on you and you're keeping an eye on somebody. So yeah, but yeah, that she outacted that all day long. Yeah, if I was her team, I'd be like, Emmy reel, click
Mhm.
send. There we
Yes,
go.
no kidding.
Click send.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling the Bears gonna do a little damage at the old Emmys this year.
Sweep them.
All right, favorite quote time. Favorite quote time. I went first that time. You go.
Okay. You're my sweet special boy. Sugar to Neil. That whole little
Yep.
scene was super cute. And then when Ted walks in and Marcus and Luca are doing desserts and he's like, "Oh, going with the blue." And Marcus is just like, "Go away."
Like,
And he's
go
like,
away, Ted.
yeah, he's like, "Go Cubs." And then Luca's like, "What does he even do here?" And Marcus is like, "I don't even know." He's
It's
just here.
true. Half people walking around that place don't do anything.
Well, he's kind of
He's kind of sandwich window mascot, I feel like.
a sandwich window, but he also is kind of a handyman, right?
Sure.
Like, you know.
He's better than Maddie. Maddie keeps electrocuting himself.
And then the other one was smelling the baby when he's like, "Have you ever smelled a baby? It smells like chewed up raspberries." Like,
Like, it's so specific.
yes.
I laughed so hard at that. It wasn't just like, she smells like flowers. It's like, no, it smells like chewed up raspberries.
So funny. I
What
just
does
love
chewed
them.
up raspberries smell like?
I don't know.
I
Maybe
gotta
we'll
chew up
test
some.
it.
I gotta chew up some raspberries now.
I don't think that's what babies smell like, but that's okay.
That's what they smell like to him.
To each their own.
To each their own nose. Little Neil.
That's funny. What were yours?
Yeah. I just put the whole sandwich window scene. Go
Yep.
back and watch it and just enjoy all of them because they're all talking at one time, which is very like my family growing up.
Mhm.
And then the other one I loved was she's gonna smell like onions, and she goes, "She's a Brazado. She's gonna smell like onions anyway."
Oh.
I loved that. I just smiled so hard because it's true. Like that kid, because even if I'm not correct and I will never be right because Amy doesn't want that to happen. Even if Carmy steps back from the restaurant, I don't think Sugar's going anywhere. So that kid's gonna grow up in that restaurant.
Mhm. Okay.
Or
It's fair.
yeah, that kid. I don't think she's going anywhere. I think she likes it there. She likes the chaos.
Mm.
So that kid's gonna smell like onions for the rest of its life.
And she's good at it.
Yeah, which is not a problem. She's great at it. She found her thing, and she's with her people. She's with her chaos system. So you gotta take care of your tribe.
Yep. That's right.
Yep. But yeah, there's so many. And Chucky, shout out Chucky.
Shout out Chucky.
Go Chucky.
Go Chucky,
right.
go. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
let's move into our predictions, shall we?
Predictions times. Oh yeah, sure. Predictions for me. I'm going a little off. I'm going a little off topic from today because I think Richie's storyline has kind of gotten a little bit of a back burner, but he's really struggling, and I think he just doesn't feel plugged in. Like the voicemail was like he's not plugged in anywhere. He doesn't feel part of anyone's team. Doesn't because he's fighting with the kitchen. He feels left out with his daughter's life and his wife. He's going through a lot, and I think he's carrying it all on his own shoulders. And I think that scene with I think Jessica tells him like the bear's like whatever. You think of him not as trying to replace you. Think of him more of like now you've got extra help. And I would have phrased it as help, or now that her team's even bigger.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the luckiest girls on the block now. That's his daughter because she not only got one dad, she's got a second person supporting her, yeah, in her corner's getting bigger, not smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna happen whether he likes it or not, so we might as well look at it like she's in his corner. So that was neat. And he's feeling unplugged. I think he's feeling unplugged because the thought that came to me during the show was the movie, it's a funny example, but the movie Cool Runnings, I don't know if you ever saw Cool Runnings, the movie about the bobsled team from Jamaica.
We got a bobsled team.
Yes, that one right there. And the times they were trying to bobsled and they tried trying to start the race like the Swiss, and it made them all tight and they just weren't a team. And then the last race where they do really well is when they come up and they he goes, feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. It's bobsled time, Cool Runnings. And I think Richie finally hits that when he's at the bar when he finds out that the guy from Food and Wine is probably coming, and he's just like everybody's family. Everybody's the same. Everyone gets treated the same. And I think he was trying to be the Ever team. He was trying to run the restaurant like Ever, and he can't. The bear will never be Ever because Ever is only Ever.
I love
the bear
that.
has to be the bear.
Well, and then he says it he's trying to come up with that phrase, and then he finally says it.
Yeah.
Every guest is family, or everyone's family. And then he looks over at Carmy and Sophie, and
Yep.
I think you're right. I think it just clicked like, oh, I belong here.
Well, yeah, and he had that scene where he misses the energy of the beef, the chaos, the yelling, the people, and there's none of that at this restaurant. So I think what he's going to try and do is bring some of the beef chaos to the dining room as much as you can. I don't know how yet, but I feel like he needs to bring some of that fun and energy to the bear, because it's like restaurants are fancy and quiet, sure, but maybe theirs won't be now. Maybe it'll be loud. Maybe it'll be a little rambunctious.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some, because the sandwiches are a big hit when they went out, when someone wanted the sandwich, and so that I've been waiting for Richie to. I mean, he's had other seasons where he's been really prominently put forward, but I've been quietly enjoying watching him just like fight through something, and I'm hoping that we may not get it next week, because next episode for us is the wedding, and that's going to be chaos in its own right. But there's one more episode of the restaurant left, and so I'm hoping in there we start to see the new beef.
Growing and learning.
So my prediction is that Richie just brings in some of the sandwich window energy to the dining room. I'm not sure how yet, but so yeah. And then I have how about you? What's your big prediction? Any prediction?
Well, I don't know if this is a prediction, but I wrote, I'm wondering what the F Shapiro wants, and why he called Carmy, and what that worm told Carmy. That's what I
exactly. I like it.
But Carmy didn't seem too shaken after that call, so I think that's going to force maybe a heart-to-heart with Sydney, and maybe it'll go in the direction we want to go.
Well, I don't think we saw him after the call. He just picked it up and then it went dark. It just went dark, so we don't know what's happened yet.
So we don't. Did he answer it?
Yeah, he says hello, and then it just went away.
Okay,
so we don't know exactly what, but I agree with you. I feel like
kind of the way they framed it, it seemed like he went into the restaurant after he had spoken with Shapiro. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, was we teaching Luca about the dinner?
It was either that, or it was actually you're right. I think you're right. Something, but he went.
That's true. He did go back and do the baby and everything.
Yeah,
he didn't seem too thrown.
Right. So we did have scenes after that,
well,
and he didn't seem, maybe because he's like, I've been an ass, and maybe he understands it.
Well, and it seems like he's been in the business a long time, Carmy has, and so I mean, it's not shocking that someone's out trying to get some of his staff. I'm sure that is a thing in the restaurant world. I've never worked in the high-end restaurant world, but I have no doubt, like any other thing that has talent. I'm sure there's poachers everywhere.
Oh,
so
sure.
So I'm sure he wasn't even like totally shocked that he was like Shapiro was like, hey, I've been talking to Sydney. I don't know what he said, but maybe he asked Sydney like what happens too, like sometimes in certain things is like you'll call the boss of the person and be like, are they under contract? Are they? So maybe he was doing like that kind of phone call. There's a lot, we don't know. There's a lot of phone calls that could have happened.
I just feel like he's been having these conversations with Sydney. Why is he calling Carmy?
Yeah. Why is he calling Carmy?
I don't like it.
I know. I don't like it either. I saw that and I was just like, murr.
That worm. What do you want?
That worm.
And not the worms we like, the gummy worms.
Gummy worms. And then I had fun trying to think about the wedding, because it's going to be a huge episode, because the entire cast is going to be at this thing. I want to find out what Francie Fack, like what's going on with Francie Fack. I guess we meet her for the first time. I saw a little snippet online where they're like Francie Fack, and I was like, oh boy, I can't wait. I don't know who it is. I didn't see it, but I talked about how like we now know who Francie Fack is and why. So I guess we're gonna find that out at the wedding, which makes my time. Claire Bear will be there, so please let's work some stuff out with Claire Bear. Come on,
beautiful,
Carmy.
I'm sure.
Come to her and be like, I'm not leaving the restaurant at all. I promise, Amy, I'm not leaving the restaurant. And so we got that. And then we get to see from the trailer at the beginning of the season, there was Uncle was in the trailer. So we get to we'll probably hear a little bit about the house, maybe Uncle, what's happening. Does the mom show up to the wedding?
Well, Carmy did say mom's going to be there. I don't want to deal with it.
So this is going to be a huge, huge episode. Bringing it all together, and good and old, which I agree with you. I'll get mine. Very excited about that. So those are my wedding predictions. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Me too.
All right.
I have Jamaica. We got a bobsled team stuck in my head.
I know, right? We'll be there all day. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. It's I forget what they said there.
I don't remember.
It's about that time. Cool runnings.
I'm gonna go carry an egg around with me all day.
All day. All right, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a rating or a review on your favorite podcast app. It helps more listeners find the show, and we love hearing your feedback. All right, we did it again. Wedding episode's next. Amy, sign us off.
Thank you for rewinding with us. Toodaloo.